All right, thank you everyone for coming. Like I said before, we're going to be going over how to convert a Google Doc into a CSV file and taking that CSV file and uploading it to your sub account so that you can get all your contacts into your sub account all in one go. Firstly, not a whole lot going on here, just a regular contact list, name, number, email address, and any tags that are relating to your business. The only thing of note is that you make each row, uh, you label it with either the first name, last name, email, phone, and whatever else you have in your sub account. This is very important so that it helps the system understand what these values are for, like so it knows first name is for first name, email is for email, and so on. From here, we have our 200 clients that we want to use and convert and add to our sub account. So what we want to do is go to File, go to Save As, choose which location you want it to save to. I'll just choose this PC. And most importantly, you want to choose the option here for what's above. File you want it to be. You want it to be a CSV, delimited file. Save. I already have a file existing, but I'll just replace it. And that step is done. Next, we want to go to our sub account that we want to import it. Scroll to Contacts and go here to the Import Contacts button. Click on that. And we'll choose the Upload a File. Let's see, where is Downloads? Here we go. Upload our file. Click on Next. Here we have all of the fields that we want filled in. So as we can see here, we have the first name, last name, email, phone, and tags. The system is able to automatically detect what these values are. But if you have a value such as gender or something of the sort, then you will need to import that custom field manually in order for it to be able to detect it. And I will show you later on how to do that. But here we have all the fields. Everything seems to be in order. It will show either a red X out button or a green check mark to show that everything has gone smoothly or there's an error. There are no errors so far, so let's go on and choose next. And let's choose the name of the import. And let's go with 200, 200 dummy clients. And right here, we have create a list of contacts from the import. This will basically create a filtered out list of these contacts that we are importing and basically make a smart list of them within the contacts tab so that you know which contacts were a part of this CSV file that we just uploaded. So let's choose on that. We also have the advanced settings here as well. We have add new and update existing contacts records. This will basically update any existing contacts within our system and add any new ones that are being uploaded. We can just choose add new contacts records. It will not update any pre-existing ones. They will all the contacts within this file will just be uploaded. And we have update existing contact records. Opposite to adding new, it will just update any existing ones that it finds. Now we have multiple options on finding these contacts that are already existing, whether by email, phone, or none. Let's just choose email. None will basically do none. And don't update empty values for existing records. Pretty self-explanatory. And with this, we can add any custom tags that we want to add to these clients that we are now uploading. So for this, we can tag it 200 new clients so that we can easily identify where they come from and what group they are from, or whatever else suits your needs. We also have the add new context to workflows and campaigns. If you have workflows or campaigns that help any new uh, contacts get associated with your business, such as you want them to sign up for say you want them to sign up for your services or you want just whatever, you would choose this option as well. But we have nothing for that for this account, so we will just click submit. Oh, we also have to confirm as well. Click submit. File is being processed. We can click here to view the progress. And we can see here it is now completed. So that is how you upload your CSV file into your account directly so that you don't have to manually do that for every single client. Next, I will show you how to add your own fields for whatever values you want to add. So let's go to settings, go to custom fields, and go to add field. For this, let's use the example that I went for before. So let's choose, what would be best for this? Yeah, let's go with drop down single so we have multiple options. We have field name, let's choose gender. And this field will be under the contact tab, so we want to choose contact instead of opportunity. And we want it to be under general info. Then we can choose the options available, male, add an option, female, and we can choose the value as well and add more options if need be, and click save. If we go back, go to contacts, and let's choose online client. All right. Well, it should show up here, but other than that, that is how you add your custom fields. And if you have any other custom fields that you want to add, then you can do so within those settings as well. But yeah, Mustafa or Oren, do you want to add anything else? Well, that is all that I have for today. If you have any questions, you can ask them now.
You can show if you want to regarding the smart list
Uh,
as well.
yeah, there's a couple things that you could show.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Mustafa?
So if you when you uploaded the contacts, it made a smart list. So you can
Mm.
show how to access the smart list, how to manage the permissions, and so on and so forth. Like what the options are.
Mustafa, do you mind showing that?
Yeah, sure. I just need to open that. Give me a second. Go in. Which account did you uploaded the contacts in?
Under the OverPower dummy business or dummy data.
All right, so you just saw that Cohen just added some contacts in through an Excel sheet, converting it to a CSV, and then uploading into here while adding some custom fields as well. In case there's any specific data that doesn't have inside of the software already, you can add those custom fields in there as well. At some point, then you also can make smart lists in here. One, to make it easier for you to filter through specific categories that you want to look at. Let's say potential clients, maybe a specific niche that you service, maybe a specific city or state that you want to quickly go through. Instead of using the filtering system to try to find those contacts, you could build a smart list to automatically show up on that list. Now, anything in the smart list is also in the all section as well. So it's not going to be segmented that way. However, contacts that don't meet the criteria inside the smart list will not show up in here. So it's just basically a more defined list out of the whole CRM. In this case, you see the dummy data that Cohen put in just a moment ago with the filter already in place. Anything that meets that filter will automatically be added to the smart list. So if I wanted to create my own smart list, let's say we wanted something that says a not interested list. Maybe for a nurture campaign or something like that. I could do something like, let's say, tag is not interested. All right, cool. And then we click on apply, and it'll show every one of the leads that were not interested. At this point, at the same concept as importing the list, you can save as a smart list at the bottom, and we'll call it not interested. and it'll automatically create that list at the top. And anyone that meets that criteria will automatically get added to the smart list. So it's the same concept as what you saw before with Cohen making a smart list when he uploaded that data. The same concept applies when you're doing making a manual smart list based off of the categories or criteria of your current list that you have. Now, at this point, let's say you want to, right now, it's only you can see this smart list. Let's say you want to have everyone on your team have access to the smart list, or maybe you want to select individuals to have access to the smart list. What you could do instead is at the top, you'll see a menu bar that says smart list, blah, and so on and so forth, and then you see manage smart list. You'll see the smart list that you currently have inside your account. And at this point, you could go ahead and click on Share Smart List. And this will give you the option to either share with all users, share to a specific individual. So if I want to share this with Jeff Powell, so he could work off that list, I could add him easily. But if I want to just share it with everyone, that's totally fine. I could just click on this button right here, and any user that is on this account will automatically get this smart list as well. Once again, very important. This right here is not the same as this. Well, I guess it doesn't give you the option. Oh well, that's fine then. I was going to show like if you select only the people inside the, if you select all the users but not the top one, it will only show to those specific individuals. So you could do more than one person. But since there's only two, it's kind of hard to do that. But yeah, that's how you work with the smart list. It makes things really easy to organize your smart list rather than just going through all 209 contacts. You could just segment that list into smaller lists and focus on those specific individuals. Ooh. Any questions? Awesome. I apologize, I wasn't really paying attention earlier. Did you guys talk about why you add tags and stuff as well?
Not necessarily. Not specifically.
Okay, cool. So while you were importing that list, there's a couple of different features that, there's a couple of things that you could do when importing that list. I'm just going to go ahead and do that really fast. I could do import list. I'll grab something really fast. We'll say, I wonder if I have some dummy data on my computer somewhere. Probably not. I have a lot of Excel sheets though. Nothing at the moment. Ooh. Maybe full roofing contractor. Let's try that really fast, see what happens. Okay, cool. So this will work. I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if you mentioned this, but if there's any specific fields that you want to add, like for example, this is a lot of information. There's probably not all these fields are probably not what you need. Like for example, Yelp uses videos, Yelp star rating, stuff like that. You might not need that information. So you could always press the button, checkbox at the bottom to just deselect those items and it will not import that data. On this screen, you'll see the section called tags. Tags are used to help filter out those contacts as well. You could set up automations related to those tags. You could use it as a filtering system like you saw before where I did the not interested smart list. I based that off the tag not interested. So you could use tags for almost anything that you can imagine to help keep it more organized or set up specific pipelines for them or even set up specific automations related to those tags as well. Now, once you upload that data in there, there are some other features up top that you can easily use based off that. So let's just say we want to work off the not interested list. Actually, let's go ahead and make another smart list. We have some list tags right here called leads. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to make another smart list really fast. Let me go back to all. And I'll do the tag like we just talked about. And we'll call it lead. Perfect. We'll apply. And now we can make another smart list called leads. And then we could click on save. And now we have a list of leads right here. Now what we could do is let's go ahead and add them to a specific pipeline. Because they're leads, we might as well add them to a pipeline so we can start marketing and try selling our service to them. So right now, inside of opportunities, we have a board called lead pipeline. Let's just go ahead and add them to lead section. So we'll go back to contacts. We'll go back to that specific smart list. And the nice thing is, all I got to do is click on select all, boom. And then I can click on this button right here that looks like a small funnel. Click on that. And then we just add them right into the sales lead. Oh, lead pipeline, sorry. And then we'll add them into the stage lead. And we'll keep all this blank. We can add this data, but what it'll do is for the opportunity name, it'll automatically put their name in there. The opportunity source, we'll call this Cohen's dummy data. Lead value, we can put a value in there. For right now, I'll just keep it as is, but maybe you have a average price on a client if you ever pick them up. So for example, let's say your average cost of picking up a client is roughly about $10,800. I only mention that number because a lot of our clients has that as their lead value. You could put that in there so that way you could track the value of your leads whenever they go through your pipeline. Opportunity status, you can keep this blank. It'll automatically mark it as open. It's whatever you prefer. And then obviously the note that you need to add. So that way when you go to bulk action, you can easily find the bulk action that you just did. So adding dummy data to pipeline. Cool. Should be pretty easy. A lot of people likes to put dates on there as well for reference. You don't have to do that, but you can if you want. Everyone runs their company different. All right, now we were able to add that data through the pipeline. If we go to the opportunity board, you should see the contacts right there. Whew, works out great. Now, a couple other things that you could do on some of the contacts once you upload that list is you could add them to a specific automation. Let's say you want to start making phone calls to the people that are marked as leads inside your list. So we could go ahead and click on the list smart list, the lead smart list, my bad. And then we could just select all of them. And then we could add them to an automation. Now, I don't know if I had the automation turned on, so let's check that out first. Shouldn't take long to make if it isn't. Oh, looks like it's already made, so I'll just need to publish it. So I'm going to go back to contacts. And then we'll go ahead and go back to the leads smart list. Select all. And then now we can add them to an automation. So we'll click on OK, proceed. Add it to the power dialer. So that way it'll automatically add it to whoever's dialer it is. Add all at once, add all at a scheduled time, or add in drip mode. Now, in this situation, I recommend one or two ways. One, you can add them all at once. There's no problem with that. It'll show up all 44 contacts. I believe there's 44 right into your power dialer. The other option is by adding into a drip mode. Lucifer, can you join my other call? And then the second option is drip mode. Drip mode is for if you want to do a select amount of contacts at one time or at a set amount of time. So for example, let's say you can knock out 30 calls a day. Well, if you have 1,000 contacts that you need to make phone calls, rather than being overwhelmed with that many contacts all at once, why don't we just do it in drip mode where it only adds 30 contacts into your auto dialer every single day? So let's just do that. Adding contacts to auto dialer. We'll start, let's say tomorrow, just to do a fresh start. It's already late in the day. So we'll do that. And we'll go ahead and say like 8 a.m. So that way all the contacts are in there when you come into work the next day. Cool. So that'll be the starting date. That's quantity. Let's say you can knock out 30 calls in a day. We'll put 30 in there. And then we'll repeat after one day. And obviously, some people don't work on weekends. So we'll take out Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, this week is a little bit different because it is 4th of July coming up. So we'll just pretend it's not a holiday weekend. And then we'll just start. You don't have to do this part because you're adding 30 in there in a day. But let's say you're trying to knock out 1 million emails all within a specific campaign. This is where you would actually use the start from and end at if you're doing it in batches, like sending 30 per hour. So that way it's not sending emails at like midnight. That's the only reason why you do that. But I'll go ahead and fill this in just for the sake of this example. We'll go ahead and put this at 7 p.m. And then we'll add to automation. And what it will do is starting tomorrow, it'll add the first 30 contacts, and then the next day it'll add the remaining 14, I believe, if my math is correct. So that's adding it to the automation. If you want to learn more about the auto dialer, we could have another workshop about that specifically, but we're not going to do in that example. The other things that you could do is send out text message through here. So if I wanted to send out a text message to all of our leads, I could just select all again and then send a text message. Same concept as before, where you have the option of doing send at all at once, send all at a scheduled time, especially if you're working late at night. You probably don't want to send out a text message if you're working at 10 o'clock at night. You might want to schedule it for, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning the next day. Or send in drip mode, once again, the same concept as we mentioned before. I could do, hello, this is a text. Now, the nice thing is if you don't want to type this all out, you can build templates inside of here. So that way you don't have to copy and paste the same message over and over again. You can add the template inside of the software and then just select it once you want to send out that text message or email. Once again, I'm not going to go more in depth on that one. That could be for another workshop. And then we could do test. And then at this point, I could send SMS to all these individuals. I'm not going to do that because if these were legit emails or legit phone numbers, I don't want them to getting a random text. Email is the same exact concept as you saw with the text message. I could select all the contacts again. Okay, proceed. And then whether I could build my own email I want, or I could select a template. For example, it might be a good time to do a 4th of July email blast here. I'm guessing since Independence Day is in 2 days, you can build yourself a 4th of July email blast to go out to your potential clients or your current clients or your people that you worked with in the past. If you have that template, just go ahead and select it. It'll automatically import it, and then you just fill in the data below. So obviously your business name if you want, the email that you want to send it from, and then whatever the subject line is, Christmas in July, I guess you could say. And then the concept was send all at once, send at a scheduled time, or send in a drip mode. It's still there as well as you saw for the automation and for the text message as well. Finally, the last thing I want to show is you can add tags and remove tags. So let's say you were importing those contacts and you forgot to add those necessary tags when importing those contacts. No worries, you can still do it once they're on this page right here. Just select the contacts you want to add. So for example, we'll go off of Cohen's data that he just added, select all, and then we could go ahead and click on add tag. We'll call it test and adding a tag. Cool. Another thing you could do is, let's say you have someone that misspelled a tag and named it for every single contact in your list. You still have the option to remove that specific tag as well. So if I go in, let's refresh the screen really fast. And I'm not sure if it's there yet. It looks like it is, but if we want to just double check, you could always go to bulk action. And then you see that last action I just did, adding a tag. And you could just check on the status. So it looks like it's still working. It does look like some of them have already been added, but there looks like there's still some that still are being worked on at this moment. But let's say I want to just remove a specific tag. Same concept applies. You just select the contacts that you want to remove it from, and you just click on remove tag. And if I find the tag test, we just remove. And then what's going to happen is it's just going to go through that process of adding the tag, which is already completed, and then removing the tag, which should be done here shortly. Other than that, that's all we have on uploading contacts and what you can do with those contacts once uploaded. Any questions? All right, cool. Well, Cohen, you can finish up. Is there anything you want to talk about on updates or anything?
I do not. Mustafa, do you have any?
Mustafa has to jumped off for my other call because it started 6 minutes ago.
All right. No, I have nothing else to add.
All right. Well, if that's the case, thank you guys for hopping on to this call. Looking forward to talking to you next week. The nice thing is, starting next week, we're actually going to start planning out 3 months in advance, so that way you know what we're going to be talking about every single week, rather than hopping on the call and then figuring out what's going on. Other than that, thank you guys for being on this call, and I will talk to you in the near future.